just
really?
over there building on Woodward every day. And
The block is live.
Brother Bill, are you in Detroit?
So that's who
I
I'm
think
gonna
he
look
hung
on.
up.
Oh, sorry. But anyway, he'll call back.
I just can't do
So I'm
y'all winning.
excited about you coming to the new space, and the listeners, please come out. The tickets are going to be available in a week or so, and they're $20 a ticket
Where can we get the tickets from?
at Nandi's Knowledge Cafe. That's 12511 Woodward in Highland Park. We're between Glendale and Highland. And the phone number is 313-865-1288. And come and get your tickets, because once we
Yeah.
fill up, we're going to fill up that space.
I mean, I mean, everybody's waiting for it. I mean, like I said, if you
Okay.
saw the film,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's just like, yo, and it's really going to change a lot. Like I said, me and the brothers working. We got other projects that we're working on. We talking about doing a movie, but again, we want to see the success of this particular film. Like I said, I know not even just to throw this out there. I don't know my brother Amadeus is on the line or not. If
Right.
he's listening in, but
Mm-hmm.
the film itself cost $10,000 already just to put it together.
Wow, I
Just to
believe
give
that.
y'all what it was,
Yeah.
$10,000 just to put that
But,
together. So when people say things, if you're
mm-hmm.
not going to put money up, you need to shut up. That's just how I look at things.
Yeah,
It's
you
like it's
got
not
that
that
right.
we just grabbing cameras and we just shooting.
Yes.
It's not that type of film. The
Mm-hmm.
same way we did the lecture we did with James Smalls. I believe that's on my website.
Mm-hmm.
When James the African spirituality, we shot it with the same camera. So everything we're shooting with it is not
Yeah.
a regular camera and we're just focusing on. No, we're talking about taking it to a whole nother level. Even talking about doing another film like Stick Up Kids. So
Right. Mm-hmm.
again, people have to be paid. You got to make sure this is done, make sure that is
Right.
done, so nobody won't have to come and say, "Yo, you did this," or "You took
Right.
this." You know what I mean? That's how we working with it.
But Brother Sabir, these I know for a fact. The survey that I take in my own business, because I'm a bookstore, they are changing people's lives. The lives that we're trying to touch are the people who are coming into their African self. I like to say the young
Hmm.
people, not the people who've been African for 30, 40 years. I
Exactly.
like those newcomers. And young people are really searching. And one thing
Yes.
I did find out with Hidden Colors, it changed so many people's
It
lives,
really
young
did.
and
Did.
old.
It really
It
And
did.
did. Yes, it
I'm
did.
excited about seeing this film because I know it's going to change people's lives,
It did. Yeah.
young and old. And they want to know. People really want to know who they are. Where they come from, and these funny feelings they've had about churches and things of that nature that they've been fooled by. So to come into their conscious mind, they get their third eye open. They are excited about it, and so
Yes.
we
And the
can't stop
beautiful
doing
thing
this now.
about this the beautiful thing about it though,
Mhm.
we have different perspectives. You have, like I said, you have the elder James Smalls, the elder Kaba, and brother Todd. Those the Matt, and then you have my brother Umar Johnson on the
Mhm.
other hand, and
Mhm.
myself, and then you have Georgia Brooks. So we're, and actually Atlantis Browder, for y'all that don't know, that's Anthony Browder's daughter.
Mhm.
So she's in it herself. So we are,
Oh,
the
I used to
dynamics
sell
of
her
this
book
particular
when she
film
went to
is going to
Africa.
be so crazy. Like, and
Yeah.
actually, I just got off the phone with brother Anthony Browder. We talking about having it at his center,
Mhm.
shown in D.C. So we're
Mhm.
all over the place. So we're basically trying to drum up the support, drum up the sponsorship, so we can get from A to B,
Right.
to make this thing happen, so
Right.
everybody can see it. And we'll have books and a lot of DVDs on hand, so people can do their own research.
Mhm.
So, in terms of fundraising, what do you need moving forward?
We put out there, and I don't want to put no numbers up because we didn't reach our goal. We
Mm-hmm.
had go what is it, the daddy? What is it they
GoDaddy
um
or
one of those funding things.
GoFundMe,
GoFundMe.
And
Indiegogo.
yeah, and we was trying to reach 10,000, but we didn't reach our mark. We didn't even get to 5. That was the bad thing about it. It was one sister that actually gave 1,500.
Mhm.
And I said, yo, that's a person that put their money where their mouth is. You know what I mean? So my thing was, it ended. I believe it was early this month because
Mm-hmm.
it stopped. So now the rest has to really come out of either our pocket or pockets of people who wants to sponsor. Like the sister in Atlanta is actually
Individuals.
sponsoring everything, the flights, the hotel, the everything, to have it in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it's basically we done. We just want to do it.
So,
We
if
just want
somebody
everybody to
wants to
come out and
help,
support it.
How do we contact you if there's someone who wants to help out? How can they contact you?
You can go to the outofdarknessfilm.com. I believe we have it on the website. Or you can go to mine at sabirbayshow.com. Again, it's sabirbayshow.com, or you go to outofdarknessfilm.com. Either one of those things can actually support.
Okay, thank you. And we have a caller on line one, I believe. Greetings. No, no, no. Is there somebody on line one? Yeah. Did I do it? Greetings.
Islam, my sister, can you hear me?
Greetings. Yes, I can. How are you?
All praises due to the Creator. I wanted to know where can we purchase the documentary of Noble Drew Ali?
On my website at www.the.
What if you don't have a computer?
Sabir.
Can we purchase it at Nandi's? I don't have a computer. Can I purchase it at Nandi's Cafe
can.
or Truth Bookstore?
Say that again?
She can purchase it at Nandi's Knowledge Cafe, Sabir.
Yeah,
said she
I
doesn't
have to get them sent there to you though, because I don't think we have them. If you have them, you have the old version of it, because actually we redid that whole documentary. Everything in that documentary was masterized and updated.
So
A lot
can you
of
bring
stuff.
some of those when you come, please?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to bring those also, because everybody's been asking me for it. I only have 5 with me right now in Texas because we're doing an election tomorrow. And actually, in that documentary, we had Yasin Bey, which y'all know is Mos Def is in there. We had the Moors from New York. We have Ali Muhammad. We have the Moors from Philadelphia. We took people back to the trek back in Philadelphia where our nationality was taken. And all that's inside that documentary. And it was funny because when we was doing the Out of Hidden Colors, I was asked to come in to talk about the Moors, but I was working on Noble Drew Ali. But come to find out, that really wasn't about the Moors. After I finished doing it, and that's why I had to take it upon myself. And I said, let me get brothers that I know that will be on the same page that I'm on, and let's put this information out the right way. So that's why we're doing this Out of Darkness film, and I pushed this Noble Drew Ali. We remastered that, people, that this is what we need to be talking about.
Brother
Okay, we need to
Sabir,
get
what
our
comes
hands on that
out
in
of
Detroit.
darkness?
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Yes. What
Light.
comes out of darkness?
Yes, is the title. Where'd you get out of darkness? What comes
Well,
out of
that's
darkness?
why I wish, brother, I didn't come up with the title.
Okay.
Just like the film I did, the National Council for Hip Hop. Like, I may have an epiphany, or I may talk with somebody, and something may come up. But the brother Amadeus Price, the brother, the director and the videographer, he came up with that title, and I was like, wait a minute, that's dope, But it's basically, with me, it's like, okay, we coming out of the darkness into the light, and the light is the truth.
Yes.
That's how I look at it now. We can have him on when we come to Detroit. We'll be together, and he can come on the station and he'll explain it his way. But right now, like I said, he's tired of really trying to tie this film together, man. And this, like I said, y'all gonna be blown away when y'all see this.
Okay. You mentioned the Council of the Nicene Council of Hip Hop, right?
Yes.
Was that tell us about that one. You've done about 50 documentaries already. I think you're like, what, 27 years old?
I did, not 50, but the Nazis Council for Hip Hop is a film that I did around that same time with KRS-One, the Cold Crush Brothers, and what we did, there was a museum that they were trying to build a hip hop museum in the Bronx, and Bambaataa made a call out to everyone not to attend because they did not talk to the pioneers of hip hop. That's like you can't have a hip hop museum without talking to the pioneers of hip hop,
Totally
and that's
out of
cool.
order.
And that's Cool Herc. That's Africa Bambaataa. That's Melly Mel. That's Grandmaster Flash. You can't have that if you have not talked to them. So KRS-One and I had a meeting in Manhattan, and we was putting it together. You will actually see us talking about, putting this panel together. And we had a panel called I forgot the name of it. It's in the film, but we basically called the Nazis Council to protect the origins of hip hop with all the pioneers on it. And they were saying no to the hip hop museum. And the reason why I named it the Nazis Council for Hip Hop, it was my buddy Khalik and I. We was in the club, and we said, "Yo, what are we gonna call this thing?" And I said, "Well, wait a minute. The way they flipped Christianity to what it is today is how they flipped hip hop from what it was to what it is today. So let's just call it the Nazis Council for Hip Hop." you know, to show the people the origins of it. So it was KRS-One that really came in and bogarted the whole place and said, no, y'all can't have this because you did not talk to Africa Bambaataa or Kool Herc. And that's a dope documentary also, just something that we shot. So it's a lot of stuff we got to remake again.
And we can get our hands on that one. Same place.
Yup, same way. The website the SabirBaseShow.com, or I'm gonna bring a couple of them there also too.
Please
Okay.
do. So we were having a short discussion dealing with the origins, the mysterious origins of hip hop. I think that we have the impression that maybe it started somewhere in the 90s, maybe 1989, something like that.
Who said that in the 90s?
Yes.
No. First of all, it was. If we talk about hip hop today, we talk about '73. It's coming up in November every year in New York. Africa Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation been doing this. Every second week in November, we do the hip hop anniversary and Zulu anniversary every year, non-stop since 1973. So let's believe it's been about 44 years of hip hop, 45 years Zulu Nation. Every year we've been doing this. But the origins of hip hop it goes all the way back to West Africa. It's the Senegalese language from the Wolof language. You can go online and look up the Wolof, WOLOF, Wolof.
I went there.
Wolof.
Negative.
Say that again?
If you're right.
Huh?
We were speaking a little Wolof there, saying hello.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Exactly. So it goes back to that, right? And it was called the hippie. Hip means to open one's eyes.
Wow.
That's what hip means. Like in hip hop, it means that once you hip to something, you do what? You hop on what you know. So when you look at the Wolof tribe, they always put in a circle, which we call today in hip hop the cipher. In the cipher, you have an MC that's in the middle, which is the master of ceremony. And when you go watch the Wolof tribe, they always banging with drums. And everybody's dancing.
Oh yes.
You know, and you have the MC, which is in the middle, which is the person who is speaking or rapping, if you want to say it that way. But it basically is ancient, the word hip. If you just go Google, even the word hippie, it's not new. They wasn't hippies. Hippie is ancient. So hop is a German word, which means to urge forward. That's why they say when you hip to something, you hop out on it. That's where hip hop. So now we're looking at when Bam and I was talking about this in the 70s, and now we have the 80s, and then the 90s. So it goes way back. So hip hop is not nothing new. It's ancient.
Okay. And what's happening to the legacy of hip hop?
You say what happened to the legacy of hip hop?
What is happening to the legacy of hip hop? Is it being restored, or are we moving in a different direction?
It never went nowhere.
Okay, so there's
It
no
never
newer
left. I just told you the
hip-hop?
origins of it, right? It never left. It's
Okay.
just that you're talking about rap, and hip hop. Rap is a part of hip hop, but hip hop is always there. It's just that we don't know what hip hop truly is. So we're looking at when we watch television, we're thinking that's what it's part of hip hop, but it's not full of hip hop. They give you part of it. It's like giving part of the elements. There's elements in hip hop, and they only give you a part of the hip hop. The hip hop, the element in hip hop that Bam laid down the foundation for was the fifth element, which was knowledge. The knowledge is not being taught. That is the fifth element. We got the b-boy, the b-girl, the rapper. We got all that, graffiti artists. We got that. But the fifth one is not being mentioned, and that's the knowledge, what brings everything together. You see what I'm saying? So it's still there. Hip-hop is not the problem.
Okay,
It's the
so
rap
we're
they're
being
looking
fed
at.
an incomplete version of hip hop, but we're calling it the same thing, or we're calling it something else. Either
Yeah,
way.
but we're not calling it that. They're saying that. You got to understand who's saying it. They're saying that. It's I heard the brother earlier talking about the mainstream. Like I said, I've dealt with different types of radio stations, and I've been there with these radio stations, and I've been on them, and I've heard what they said to me. If I would change certain things that I would say, and I choose not to do it because I know better than that. You can't be around a Africa Bambaataa or KRS-One or Kool Herc and not teach this. You see what I'm saying? You cannot be around them and not teach the elements or tell the people the truth about what hip-hop truly is. Now, it's the same way with this NWA thing they're talking about, how they're gangster rappers. They never called themselves gangsters.
Right.
It was the mainstream media who said they were gangster rappers, or our people that was doing it in ignorance saying they were gangsters. You see what I'm saying? Because last time I checked, Capone no wore suits. Lucky Luciano no wore suits. That was the gangster.
How about
You
that?
follow me?
That's
And they
right.
said, well, one person said to me, well, they said it because, well, I could say something and feed off of what you're saying. That's all they were doing in NWA. LL Cool J himself said in the song in radio, he said, I'm a hip hop gangster and my name is Todd, but you don't call him gangster. You see what I'm saying? If you know anything about hip hop, go back when LL quoted that in his song. So when people say that these people are that, question them. What do you mean by that? Did they say that? You see what I'm saying? So it's media. And if you ever sit back and watch a documentary on NWA or Easy himself, he explains himself there, but you would never hear about that because that's not what media wants. The same way with the knowledge of the knowledge being spread out or artists telling you the truth. There's no money in it. There's no money. There was a rapper that wanted to talk about Cop Killer, and they told him he couldn't even mention saying that. Our A&R told him he couldn't even do it because that made people look at the police the wrong way.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Can you hear
Because
me?
you could keep.
Oh, yes, sir.
Can you
And
hear me?
we have Brother Sutton Bay back on the line. Greetings, brother.
But what he's talking about right there is how you're enslaved. It's because you're not in control of your own voice, your own image, and your own history. Why would a person who is trying to keep you subservient allow you to regulate your own voice, your own mind, and your own history? You can't enslave a person who historically or intellectually don't believe that this is where they should be or this is how they should act. So when you show this illusionary wealth or success behind portraying this so-called gangster buffoonery, and you see these brothers and these sisters in these $10 million slave homes and these $100 million, chains and all this garbage around their neck, and the illusion of that is that it's success. When in actuality, they had to sell themselves back into slavery for these illusionary trinkets, because the things that they have actually has no value when it comes down to actual wealth. Their voice has the value. Their voice and their influence is our wealth. So when you have these brothers and sisters who are sitting down with brothers of Minister Louis Farrakhan or brothers like the Supreme Grand Sheikh Brother D-Way Hill, and they're sitting down and people see that who don't want to see the conduciveness or the development of our people, then you start seeing those brothers and sisters pulled over by the colonial occupation control, and they're giving them Farrakhan litmus tests. What do you think about him? And what do you think? Even when you go back to Brother Barack Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, when he first ran for president of the United States of America, they brought Farrakhan into the presidential election. He was one of the biggest talk or segment or topic of the presidential campaign when they was trying to get him to denounce Farrakhan when he has no affiliation with the Nation of Islam per se, other than living in Chicago or being an activist in the city of Chicago at the time of his activism or his activist work. So when we look at changing the paradigm of hip-hop, when you got brothers and sisters sitting down with brothers like Africa Bambala Bay of the Universal Zulu Nation, and they know that these brothers and sisters are influenced by that paradigm, then they're shelved. Yeah, they'll get signed. They'll give them a $250,000 signing bonus, or they'll give them a $500,000 signing bonus, but then they'll shelf them. So now they can't even put the music out because they have enslaved those brothers to those contracts where they can't even put the music out that's going to help change the paradigm. When you had hip-hop that was being funneled in community from likes of groups like BDP, even Eric B. and Rakim, and X-Clan, Dead Prayers, and I mean, the list goes on. When they had music out like Self-Destruction, and you had Queen Latifah and Moni Love, and you had all of these sisters and brothers who was putting out music of substance, that music sold. So they can't say that it's not a market for it or it don't sell, because it do. But what was happening to the people? Look at how they was dressing, how they were referring to themselves. They were calling themselves kings and queens. even it started trickling down into the community. The community started wearing African medallions around their neck. They started wearing African shirts. You had cross-color clothing line out where they was making the clothes out of red, black, and green in semblance of the Bendera Yaffa, the flag that our brother, the most honorable Marcus Museo Garvey brought to us. This is the influence of hip-hop. So when they change it, and they say, this is the only thing that we want to hear come from you, and we will give you this $5 million home, and we will give you this Bentley, or we'll give you this liquor contract, or we'll do this, that, and the third. They're selling themselves into slavery, and every time our brothers and sisters call themselves pimps, gangsters, thugs, they are clinging to names that allude to slavery. Just being Negro or black or clinging to the name of Jim or Smith or Brown are names that allude to slavery. It is thug, it is gangster, and it is the mentality that comes with that because it's as a man or a woman think of. So if you call yourself that, then you must betray that in order to own up or live up to the title in which you are clinging to. So you are a slave. So it's imperative that we have brothers and sisters like Sabir Bey putting movies out, and Sister Nandi of the Nandi Knowledge Cafe located on Woodward, previewing or showing these movies to our people. And we have to take the things that has no substance and the lies in these particular movies, and we have to shut it down. And we have to start producing the story about Yahshua or Jesus. Or we have to start producing movies about Musa or Moses. And we have to start producing these movies. But we have to get to the table with these brothers and sisters like Russell Simmons and Tom Perry and the rest of those brothers and sisters, and we got to squeeze them out and let them know, brother, if y'all don't start following.
This call is being terminated. Dialing of additional digits is not allowed. Please try again later.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
All right.
That was, but okay.
Oh,
so
I didn't know he
think
called back in. I was like, who was that? But he's correct. But again, you have to, if you haven't seen a movie, if anybody didn't see that movie, a lot of that stuff sounds good. You have to see the movie to understand that if a person is hungry on the street, and like I said, I'm in LA, and I've been tempted many times, but I know better because I'm around guys like Bam. They really don't want to hear this. You see what I'm saying? Being around Bam, much as powerful, how much power this brother has, certain things that they don't want to hear from him. I've been in a room with Ice-T, and Ice-T is Zulu. Ice Cube is Zulu. They're the Zulu Nation. But when it comes to certain things, they don't really want to hear that from Bam. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't have that $100,000 for them.
Right.
And it's the same way with a guy on the street. A guy on the street is not going to turn down $1,000 pack if he's hungry.
Right.
You follow me?
Exactly.
So you have to create something for them. If you're talking, you're just talking, but you have to have something for them.
Right.
And this is just how it is, in this industry. Period. With even this information, the people that I ran across, when I mention Moors, they automatically their ears come up and say religion. But when I sit with them, I explain to them what it's about, and then they say, okay, I got it because this person said this, and I just left Christianity or I just left Sunni Islam. You see what I'm saying? They say, okay, well, y'all Moors are crazy because y'all call Woodward a prophet. Some things I have time for, some things I don't have time for. You follow me? But I can't explain it.
Right.
But this is what people are looking at. And it's the same way in this industry. I can probably run down many names of people I know in this industry, but when it comes to this, they don't want to hear this. And I'm just being real with it. So what we got to do is put our own money up.
Exactly.
Stop being the sideline cheerleaders and put our own money up if we want the change to happen. I'm in a position to do certain things, but I'm not going to keep going out on a limb and then fighting with the same people you're trying to help.
Exactly.
And that's not what I was dealing with.
Right.
Fighting
It's
the
not
same
that we
people.
don't have consumer power.
Right.
Huh?
It's not that we don't have consumer power. We don't use it to our own benefit.
We do. We
That's
have
right.
it.
We have
And
it.
it was, again, going back what the brother said, if you understand contracts, the fifth element of hip-hop is the knowledge. That's understanding the contracts that coming across with you. And if you didn't watch the movie NWA, when you watch it, Ice Cube was the only one that did not have a contract. And he walked away from the
That's
money.
right.
Exactly.
That's
He
why
wasn't
we got
playing.
it
You
today.
know what I'm saying? And
So
created his
we
own
have about
because he
30 more
was the
seconds left.
brand. He said he created his own
Okay.
and it stayed the same since then.
Sabir, we're wrapping it up.
And okay,
Yes.
we have run out of time. We have to have
Wow.
you back on soon. Oh my goodness. So contact information. So we have outofdarknessfilms.com and also the Sabir Bay Show. I'm sorry.
.com,
.com.
Instagram, Twitter, the whole nine. Everything is the same. Sabir Bay.
Okay.
And I'll see y'all.
And I'll see y'all at Nandi's Knowledge Cafe, 12511 Woodward.
Thanks, Sister Nandi,
Thank you.
RJ.
You too, brother. Safe
I
travels.
want to thank all of y'all, man. It's been great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.